There we go. That sounds a little. Oh, that sounds a little better. I think so.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Now I'm loud.
Yeah. Now you're. Oh, now I'm really loud. Wow.
Whoa.
Jesus.
We're a lot of tornadoes.
Okay. I won't fuck with them.
Sorry. Cool.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
So, all right, we're like live. Word. Welcome to Super Smash Con 2017 here from the twitch.tv/melee everyday stream. My name is Chibo, and I'm here with
Rapture. How's it going, everyone?
It's been a while.
It's been a very long time.
Great to see you again. We got some Brawl classics up here.
Yeah, honestly, that is like an understatement. We got Hinkage and Mike Ray who are doing the Omni, so like that's how they got in their South bracket. Of course, we got Coney and Tantalus, and then I believe waiting on the winner's side in grand finals. I believe.
No, so
winners finals.
Yeah, this is the winners finals match.
This is winners finals.
Waiting in losers finals is Luigi Sama and Figgy. Luigi Sama is Luigi main from Long Island.
Yeah.
Figgy's mostly a net play warrior, so to say. I forget exactly where it's from. I believe it's from the New York area.
Well, if he's teaming with Luigi Sama, I would assume so. Yeah.
I know they practice all the time online.
Okay.
That's like kind of where he's known to go. But Figgy's super into the competition. He travels a lot for the game too, so he can Revival Brawl. He went to Gommel. He went to CEO Dreamland, I believe. So he's everywhere for the game right now.
Yeah. And then Luigi Sama, of course, from Brawl, from Long Island.
Yep.
I haven't seen him in years, so I was really surprised to even see him at this tournament. I know he doesn't travel too hard, and even in the Brawl days he didn't. So, and he's gotten very far into the bracket. Though I'm not sure how many teams we had for Brawl.
I have 11 or so.
Okay.
So, like, the biggest problem was you're only allowed to enter one team's event here, and every good Brawl doubles player is also a good Smash 4 doubles player.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that was the issue that Vinny and ADHD ran into, where they wanted a team for Brawl, but they're teaming for Smash 4.
ADHD,
and they actually just lost to a Zelda Lucas team from Japan.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's nice.
So definitely a little mixing of the crowds. Though honestly, Brawl teams at 11, that kind of feels like Brawl. Feels like we're back in 2008, 2010. So that's cool.
So I'm wondering now, is this actually the match? I didn't think it was, but like...
You know, I honestly can't tell because it is the smallest box on the screen, so I have no idea. But it looks like this is... It could be a legitimate match happening.
You know what's sad is that what made me think it was a real match was I saw that Coney used dash attack with DDD. I'm like, nobody would use that. But when I got to play him in Winter Semis, this guy was dash attacking everywhere. I'm like,
that's an underrated move.
That's a strategy. Whoa, okay.
I think we're still bumping up here.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's just assume that this is a legitimate match.
There's a lot of tornadoes. It's very, they're going in right now. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So, obviously, the huge target in this is DDD, where he has the survivability of Snake, but not to the degree that Snake has. He's a super heavyweight, amazing momentum canceling. DDD is a huge hitbox. Doesn't have as great momentum canceling. Does have up air and down air, which is good. But he just gets hit by everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
It's quite tough.
And his disjoints aren't as reliable as Snake's, of course.
Which is weird to say. A hammer is not as reliable as a knee.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Snake is, you can't mess with him, man. And then, I mean, honestly, the thing about it, too, is Snake versus DDD, neutral-wise, Snake has such an advantage speed, you know, in terms of speed. A frame 1 grenade, frame 3 jab, frame 4 first hit of forward tilt. DDD really can't contest with that.
His frame that is so much
It's so bad. It's so bad, really.
Yeah,
so,
DDD's strengths in the matchup are going to come from edge guarding him off stage with larger moves such as forward air, because that will beat out a lot of DDD's aerials.
Yeah.
That and then catching his landing with moves like up tilt, so that'll be able to score some good kills.
Yeah, Snake is really bad in the air, of course. Has the longest grounded jump in the game, and then gets juggled super hard. And often has to rely on C4 to get back onto it. He can also get grab release at a Cypher, and that doesn't reset it. So he is like one of the worst characters in the air, and that's why he kind of fell in the tier rankings as the game kind of went on towards 12.
Early in the game, he was probably around top 3 or so.
Yeah, I think he was like second, and then wasn't he first on one of the tier lists? I think for like a very brief one. Yeah.
Yeah, now he's probably around like 8 or 9.
So, and of course, Meta Knight. I mean, there's too much to say about this character, and of course, all of it's been said. So, but those are the two catalysts for each team to get things going. And you can see Meta Knight and Snake, they're going for the Omni, which is the up throw, having the sticky onto them, and then exploding your opponent at that top blast zone as the up air is at the apex, I guess, of its trajectory.
So what I think happened is when we saw it took a little bit to get to go into game 2 here. It looked like they did kind of pick control reports. If you notice, the blue team is now in the second and third control reports, and that means...
reports are important in this game.
Oh, yes. So the Omni is only going to work basic control reports. It's whoever has the higher port number will survive it. So basically now, Coney, being player 4, is now invulnerable to the Omni strategy, which is where you sticky Meta Knight, he up throws, Snake detonates it, and you die off the top of the screen at any percent.
And it's so good, and essentially the option for this team. That's why you see it happen. Oh, green Meta Knight. So I believe the blue team must be Hinkage and Micro. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, going for that dash
Coney
attack.
going for dash.
These Meta Knights have, so I'm seeing that, I believe, Tantalus going for these glide attacks a lot. Meta Knight's sword is transcendent except in glide attack.
Yes.
So you have to be careful with that, especially when you're dealing with the other Meta Knight who's constantly throwing hitbox out of you. You won't trade or plank, so you have to be careful about that.
However, even though they don't they won't really trade
There's
well,
another Omni.
if you throw a move at it, they will both kind of cancel out. But usually the character that will throw the attack at Meta Knight's glide will be in less lag. So that's one thing you have to be careful about. But if Meta Knight uses it on the ground, or on a person's shield, you can cross it up. And it kind of makes a little guessing game on the person that was shielding.
And just like that, in less than, that was a minute and 52-second doubles match right there. So that was that was craziness. Micro and Hinkage are up 1-0 after, that was after game 1. So I believe that's 2-0 for them, yeah.
So a little bit of information getting to this point here in the winners finals. Micro and Hinkage were the #1 seed in this tournament, so not surprising to see them finish out these games in such short fashion. Tantalus and Coney with the 3rd seed, upsetting myself and K-Vault in the winner semis.
Yeah.
And so the character matchup here though is it's tough because DD is so hard to kill, but when you have kill power with Snake and the Omni strategy, it's a good way to close them out.
Yeah, and there's so much walling. Oh, there's another double D to D. These guys are, they're really putting all their eggs in one basket, or all their penguin eggs in one basket.
Yes. Tantalus is known to play DDD, Meta Knight, and Rob, so he does have a DD, so and this is a fun, they almost had the double chain grab.
Yeah, they're going for the double standing chain grab there,
so
which is so good.
Even on characters that cannot normally be chain grab, such as Meta Knight, you can do the double DDD chain grab on them, passing back and forth.
Yeah.
Similar to Warriors, you've seen that with teams such as the Cat and Boss.
Okay, they got that was the walking chain grab right there. 2 variations. And no walls on this stage, not like Pokemon Stadium where you can get that infinite essentially on that transformation.
Now what's interesting to see is I doubt we'll see it in doubles right now. Being like in 2017, the players aren't going to be quite as practiced as normal. But around 2014, you got to see players such as Vex doing literally a standing infinite chain grab with DDD on stage, which if you buffer correctly with 10 frames, you can chain grab them in place. But I doubt we're going to see that right now.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is definitely too intricate if you're not like practicing it all the time. No one hit it. But other than that, Brawl's like riding a bike, man. You don't forget it. You definitely don't. Especially these guys who have been playing not only Brawl but Smash 4 for these past 3 years too.
Yeah, you see pros talking right now on Twitter about it getting ready for this event. They say, "Oh, played for a half hour, got my skill back."
Yeah,
no problem.
exactly. Those NATOs, definitely a great tool against D2D. And also, too, because the move will always have 29 frames of lag.
Okay.
Even so, if you can't, like, let's say you let go of it in midair, and then you fall for 10 frames, you'll then have 19 frames of landing lag.
Yeah. That's interesting to know. I did not know it worked quite like that.
Yeah, so,
that's cool, I knew the landing frames were different sometimes, but it's based on that.
Definitely depends on that. So, and I think the max you could possibly have is like, I think if you land on like a slope or something, it's like 36. But either way, I mean, it's aside from that, it's such a good tool because it pokes, it juggles. You can put it on shield and then get it back. It's like super plus on shield. And for a big body like DDD, it absolutely obliterates them. And again, another obliteration. It looked like a 3-0, I guess.
Speaking of Luigi Sama earlier, so Micro and Hinkage are just as much of a, they travel around. I'm sorry, I'm talking about Figgy that travels around a lot. Micro and Hinkage travel even more. So they were at Gamo a couple weeks ago. Micro taking